Hey, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. My name is Joe Combs, and welcome to this quarter's QPR webinar. Before we get started, I'd like to just do a couple housekeeping points. First of all, please go ahead and submit your questions in the GoToWebinar panel on the right-hand side. We'll be tallying those during the presentation today and then answering questions at the end. For your colleagues that couldn't join today, a webinar recording will be sent to all contacts. For those who registered for the webinar and couldn't make it, they'll just be able to access the link. For those who didn't register and want access to the recording, they'll just need to fill out the contact us form. And that will be available so you can share it amongst your colleagues for reference as well. So today's webinar is going to focus on two primary subjects. One is general policy updates and an overview of the new partner portal that I'm going to be presenting. And the other one is an update on our governance line of business presented by Tina Harkins. The presentation should take around, I don't know, between 45 and 50 minutes today. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with some company and policy updates. So first of all, we've seen a lot of you recently at the different regional events, both the iManage event, which was just over the last couple of weeks in London and Chicago. My colleague Andy Sargent was there representing Partner Channel, and he said he got to see a bunch of you, so it was happy that we were able to kind of be there and give updates. We're also going to be at the Net Documents Inspire event coming up in a few weeks. And then we are also, for those of you in the APAC region, we're also going to be hosting a mini partner summit in Singapore. So I'm going to be able to see you in Singapore in a few weeks. Many of you have received the sales battle cards and the cheat sheets that we've made available for drafting products. These are really good resources in the fact that they list out each of the products within the drafting lifecycle with key messages and summary of the products. So we've updated those. If you did want an updated copy, please go ahead and contact your local channel manager. Otherwise, they'll be available in the new partner portal, as we'll see in just a minute. I'm not going to say too much about this now, but I just want to have you start thinking about this. Along with the launch of the new partner portal and some other marketing resources we now have available, we are going to be starting to run targeted partner campaigns with partners willing to run their campaigns, which will consist of some created assets that we will share with you, including key messaging, email templates, social media posts that you can then go ahead and mail out to your contacts, and we'll help track qualified leads for you. So we'll have more details on that. We're looking to launch this in Q1 next year, and we'll be starting with two primary campaigns, one for governance, 5 stages of CAM, and the other one is an upsell campaign for selling Litera Desktop Lite. So again, just something to look out for. We'll be sending more information on this. But again, if you are interested in running these sorts of campaigns in Q1, then go ahead and contact your local partner manager. Finally, the last company updates I want to call out today are updates we have just made to our product support and obsolescence policy. This, as many of you know, is the document off of the Litera support site that highlights all of the upcoming changes to either products that are moving into expired support or that we're making end of life. So if you don't know about this document, please go to support.litera.com. It's listed right on the top page of the support page there. and updates are made regularly to it. So again, if you've downloaded a copy in the past, please go ahead and refresh that copy by downloading the latest version. I just checked and it was uploaded literally earlier today. So some key changes that have just been made that I want to call out. First of all, we are moving to expired support, Clean Docs, Compare Docs, Workshare Compare, Innova, and Forte at the second half drafting release of 2023, which is expected in Q4 2023. So from October, November, December next year. So what does expired support mean? Expired support doesn't mean that customers have to stop using it. They can continue to use the product if they'd like. However, expired support literally means that there'll be limited support options, just telephone support available. There'll be no product updates. There'll be no further support releases for updated Windows or Office environments or DMS environments. So again, customers can continue to use the products, but Litera's recommendation is spend the next year talking to your clients to get them changed over to the go forward products of Litera Compare, Metadapt, and Create. All right. Now, for those customers on subscriptions with one of the products moving to expired support, they will notice that they have the go forward product already in the customer center that they can use to start testing as they plan as you work with them to plan their migration strategy. So again, go ahead and start having these conversations with your clients, because again, we're giving you this much notice so that nobody's caught off guard or by surprise. For the remaining customers on perpetual licenses, we're just working out the details of what that migration will look like, and we'll have more details on that in just a little bit. We will have a migration document available as a resource, which will have both information on what the migration policy is, what key different product differences are, and any other pertinent information. Okay, and we're looking to make that available by December this year. There's another update to the products that we're going to be end-of-lifing. Now, end-of-lifing means that there's not going to be any support. We're not going to let customers renew these products, and we will not be moving forward with them at all, right? And that affects the e-learning modules within the former DocsCore products, Clean Docs, Compare Docs, and PDF Docs. Since the acquisition by Litera, we've added lots of adoption resources on the support site for these products. So again, we're not going to be continuing with the dedicated e-learning products that that your clients might have licensed. What does that mean for your clients? So as of January 1st, we will no longer be renewing any subscriptions for those products. All right, so customers can continue to renew their existing comparison or metadata cleaning or PDF Docs product, but the e-learning modules will not be eligible to be renewed. All right, and there will be an announcement going out to all clients with active subscriptions as of mid-December. So as I mentioned, resources there are, I would say, the client notification we're going to be sending, as well as the adoption resources that are on the Litera support site. Okay, so with that, I'm going to pass it over to Tina, who's going to walk us through some recent governance updates. Tina.
Great, thanks.
Let me just change presenter.
Let me.
There you go.
Okay. All right, let me share my screen here. Hold on. And okay. Let me share the right screen. Okay. Everybody should see my screen now. And just an introduction again, My name is Tina Harkins. I am the Director of Product Management for, let me move this out of the way, for the governance side of the Litera business. I came from Prosperaware, and Litera acquired Prosperaware back in late January of 2022. And Prosperaware was really an enterprise software company that helped adoption and governance of collaboration systems for law firms, professional services firms, corporate legals, et cetera. We fit into really the entire Litera ecosystem, really nicely. So this is what I'm going to do is try to give you an introduction to CAM and Prosperaware and governance as part of the overall Litera ecosystem. But the Litera ecosystem really provides that end-to-end products for the complete matter lifecycle. So from business development through proposal, matter opening with provisioning and matter access, through matter delivery, through workflow products and tools and desktop products, and through ultimate governance and final disposition of content across these systems. The CAM solution, the CAM governance solution, or I'm sorry, the Litera governance solution really comprises of three components. CAM is kind of the main platform. It's an integration platform. It's a SaaS platform that helps firms and organizations to provision, to secure, to manage, and dispose of content across multiple collaboration systems, including iManage, NetDocuments, Microsoft Teams, SharePoint, file shares, OneDrives. We have a Cloud Migrator product. This is more of a one-time use product, our project-based product that will help organizations migrate their on-prem iManage or other internal like file systems to iManage Cloud. Today we only support iManage Cloud, but we will be supporting or planning to support hopefully NetDocuments at some point in the future. Power Desktop is our platform for matter mobility. So it really tackles everything that the user needs to both import content and export content out when lateral hires and leavers come and go from an organization. So some of the challenges of data security and information governance that where we provide solutions are really around these points. So there's data chaos. There's documents everywhere, right? People aren't just using the document management system anymore. They're using Microsoft Teams, they're using SharePoint, they're using file shares, they're using OneDrive. So content is all over the place. And not only is it all over the place, but it's the need for it to move around in different locations is really prevalent since we, post-pandemic started working in a hybrid mode where we have to collaborate with our clients, with our firms across multiple collaboration platforms, right, including Microsoft Teams. There's a lot of lack of context due to the appropriate classification of content. So when a matter opens, if you don't classify it correctly, then you don't know how to manage and secure it and retain and dispose of it at the appropriate time. There's increased cyber risk to users having access to documents irrelevant to their position. The struggle within law firms is how do I secure things to just the people who need to know, but yet share the content that I need to share for knowledge management purposes. This is a constant battle, constant struggle between what IT needs and what the business needs. There's limited reporting and analytics without any clear granular visibility across data. What are users doing? How are they behaving? Where are there things that I need to be concerned with? How are users adopting their content management systems? Risk teams are unable to properly dispose of content. When increasingly regulations are coming down the pike to say, hey, if you don't need this anymore, you need to get rid of it. We all know that there's digital data and electronic content that's just sitting around everywhere in file shares and OneDrives in the document management system that really just poses a risk if you don't dispose of it after it's no longer needed. There's fines that are related to that. So if you don't minimize the data you don't need, and you have data around that increases your risk of, say, legal hold or discovery, then there's fines that come as part of that. How do you move? There's how do you get users to adopt the content management systems, right? So everybody likes to work the way they like to work, and how can you best organize content in a way that the users will use these systems like the document management system in Teams? So why Litera governance? Because we kind of handle all of those problems, right? So we can streamline collaboration through organized structures and access management. We'll talk about provisioning here. We can control the data chaos. We can make sure that you're compliant with all of the regulatory and governance laws that are coming down. You can ensure business continuity by always having access to data. You can have a smooth and efficient journey to the cloud. Cloud is still, if you had asked firms 5 years ago if they were moving to the cloud, most of them would say no. Now, most of them are saying yes, and most of them are on their way. And then how do you manage all of the matter mobility from cloud systems, right? How do you say, I need to pull all of these client data and ship it out of the firm or back to the client? So CAM is really that missing layer to the collaboration system. It's kind of sits in between your if you look at the all of the systems that you use, like Microsoft Teams and SharePoint and iManage and NetDocuments and even HiQ and file shares. CAM kind of sits in like above that, between that and the end user, and says, okay, we can provision and classify and protect and manage and govern all of that content. And essentially how we do that is, we take that matter initiation process, like I spoke about in the beginning of the Litera ecosystem, is that, there's a matter opening process. We develop the business, we send out the proposal, we win the business, and now we open the matter. Now, when the matter's open, we can take all of that information, and then we can create the workspace in the DMS. We can create a Microsoft team with all of the needed components that the team members need to work on the matter. We can do this through templating. We can put a consistent structure. We can put a consistent naming convention around all of that content. So workspaces by type look the same and feel the same, and it's a consistent end user experience. We can also manage access. Who has access to those matters? What level of access do they have? What role do they have on that? And that's where we get to protect. So identifying who needs access to this content, in which system do they need access. Just because somebody has access to the workspace in the DMS doesn't necessarily mean they need access to the Microsoft team or to other collaboration systems or to the SharePoint site or to the file share associated with that particular matter. How do you divvy up access? Based on role? Who am I on the matter? Am I a billing attorney? Am I a responsible attorney? Am I just an associate or paralegal that's working on the matter? Protecting the data, ensuring there's an additional copy of the data in, say, an independent cloud location. So if something should happen to your document management system, that you have needed documents in a place that you can access them. Name your catastrophic event. I get ransomed. I get, there's an outage. I'm having an additional copy. And this is a concern for firms that go to the cloud. Data loss prevention, making sure that, if someone leaves the firm, that you don't just disable their account, but that you remove their access to all of the content they had access to. If I'm a bad actor and I figure out how I can re-enable someone's account, now I have access to everything that user had access to. And then, reporting on inappropriate activity. Am I accessing something I shouldn't be accessing? Am I am I downloading large volumes of data? How do I get that insight into my systems? And then how do I take action on that? Managing the data, so it's not just about provisioning the workspace and securing the workspaces or the teams or the content. It's also, what do you do during the life of the matter? I mean, there's all kinds of administrative tasks that have to be done. I need to bulk update something. I need to move a folder from one workspace to another. I need to move the workspace from one database to another. I need to update, transfer documents from one user to another. There's all these things that happen during the life of a matter, and CAM as a governance platform allows you to do that without giving your service desk or even your DMS admins necessarily full administrative rights to those systems. So I can take action on content based on the permissions I get through CAM without having full administrative access to the document management system or other systems. And then ultimately, let's govern, ultimate governance and disposition of the content. So we've talked about, securing it, but there's also information barriers. There's ethical walls. There's litigation holds that, occasionally need to be done, and ultimately disposing of the content. What is your retention schedule around that content? And what happens to that content when it reaches a disposition event? Do you have the ability to lock it down or export it or archive it or ultimately delete it? So CAM really provides that full governance platform to content across these disparate content management systems and collaboration systems. So that's it. And I'm going to pass it back to Joe.
Thank you, Tina. Let me just bring back my screen here. Okay, and Tina, can you just confirm you can see my my slides?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. All right, so continuing on with the new partner portal. First of all, I want to just give a big shout out to you all, especially those who've come from Workshare acquisition and the DocScore acquisition, where that we actually had the ability to do some of the things that we're going to show today. So again, I know it's hard having a resource that's taken away. So again, it's a day internally. I'll tell you, we're all celebrating because this new portal will take a lot of weight off of various teams across Litera who are doing a lot of manual stuff that the partner is going to help offload. So that includes things like being able to access client licenses. I know a lot of you provide managed services for your clients. Not being able to see those licenses or access to products, supported products, is a big problem. For those of you managing renewals, not being able to have a list of upcoming renewals is a problem. Having to contact our renewals team all the time to get quotes on new pricing and expiration dates and number of products or products being renewed is a problem. So again, we've heard that over the last couple of years, and we know it's been a problem. And we've spent the last 6 months investing in a dedicated partner portal to address some of these challenges. So the new partner portal is going to be organized with kind of a dashboard that you use when you first log in, which will show kind of key aspects to it, both across the top menus and across the quick actions menu on the right-hand side. And that includes being able to access key, let's say, sales and marketing assets. We'll have training modules available for partner training, product trainings and certifications. Indeed, the ability to view customer subscriptions and licenses if applicable. We'll also have the ability to register leads as well as see open and closed opportunities. So again, it will be a full collection of activity that you can do within the partner portal. And again, we're hoping that this will be the one-stop shop for accessing all of the relevant Litera information that you need. So some of the key features within the portal, as I mentioned, we'll have sales and marketing assets to view product information such as white papers, case studies, data sheets, cheat sheets that I mentioned before, but battle cards, white papers, other types of relevant product information that you can reference. You'll be able to filter that, search by either the asset type, the document type, or indeed the line of business. So whether or not it's a governance document, for example, or a drafting document. On selected assets, you'll be able to co-brand assets and save a copy so that you can distribute to your clients. So if you wanted to, for example, to put the name of your company on a data sheet alongside with Litera's and then send that to a client as part of a proposal, then that's something you'll be able to do. I know this is one of my frustrations. Email is not a great mechanism for announcing critical program changes or pricing updates. So we will have the ability to announce notifications within the partner portal and have a history of those notifications so that your organization, you or your organization, can go in and see all the important notices that we've made affecting the partnership. As I mentioned, you can register new leads. You'll be able to track open and closed opportunities. We'll finally have the ability to basically do partner enablement courses as well as partner certifications. We're building those out now, so we'll have more details on that later. But that will include training modules for partners who may be net new to Litera, don't know anything about Litera. There'll be a Welcome to Litera certification course, as well as those partners who might be familiar with one or two Litera products, but want to upsell other Litera products, such as drafting or create, or excuse me, check or create. And then finally, you'll have the ability to look at sales and usage activity through some pre-built reports. So I'm not going to show you all of that today, but we will walk through a little bit of the partner portal just to give you a taster of what it's going to look like. And then for VARs, for those value-added resellers or managed service providers who are managing client subscriptions and licenses, you will be able to see active subscriptions for your clients. You'll be able to see upcoming subscriptions that are expiring that are, let's say, 30, 60, 90 days out. Plus, you'll be able to see what the new renewal price should be based on the annual uplift provided by the renewals team. And then finally, you'll be able to view all your clients' active licenses. All right, and it's going to be a bit more configurable than the way that licenses are currently displayed in the customer center. All right, so how do you access the partner portal? So access to the partner portal is going to be through the customer center. So you're going to need to have a Litera customer center login first. If you don't have one, go to support.litera.com and click on that link to request an account. For those of you who have an account, once you're logged in, there will be a new partners tab that you'll be able to click on. And when you click on that tab, you'll be taken to a page that will basically allow access to the partner portal. And again, for those of you who don't have access to the partner portal or to the customer center, you'll be able to request access by clicking on that button there. All right. Now, when you log in through the customer portal, the nice thing is that we're just using your customer center credentials to log you into the partner portal. So you won't have to manage another set of user credentials. All right, so let me just shift gears here really fast. I'm going to pause my screen. And I'm going to share out my partner portal here, my partner portal page. Tina, can you just verify if you can see this page? Just want to make sure I'm on the right screen. Juliana?
Sorry.
You're good, Joe. You're good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so first and foremost, when you log in, you'll be taken to your dashboard, right? And your dashboard will have basically information about you and your company, and then some quick actions on the right-hand side, like I mentioned, which will be determined on whether or not you're a reseller or a referral partner. But again, at the very least, you'll be able to just use this dashboard to quickly register a deal or look at sales and marketing assets, go to the training library, or again, if you have subscriptions and licenses you're managing, be able to access those there. Now, across the top, you'll also have menu items where you can be taken to more information, more detailed pages. So again, if you wanted to go into, let's say, the assets library, again, you can go in from there. You can view your reports. Not all of these will be active by the time we go live, but there's, again, some of your usage reports or your sales reports based on leads, what courses you've taken from the LMS, and some marketing content that we're going to be enabling later in 2023. So just below this, this header image here, you'll have 3 tabs. One will be announcements. So again, this is where I'm going to be posting any pricing changes, any updates on policy, on renewal policies, or other pertinent product information that's coming out. We'll just post those here, and you'll have the ability to go view a history of all announcements that have been made over the last 6 months, last year, whatever. Also in this tab, we have the ability to ability to see onboarding reports. So essentially, the initial setup here. Let me just adjust my screen really fast. Lost the ability to view or to scroll. All right, so the onboarding report will basically just give you a percentage completed of different activities that we're recommending you do when you start the onboarding process to the partner portal. And that will include setting up your profile information, setting up your company information. We'll import some data from Salesforce, which we're connecting to import your credentials. But again, some of the other information you'll need to set up manually. That might include setting up different roles within your organization. Again, we're going to import all the contacts we have for your organization from day one, but there might be other people that aren't registered, or people that have left the organization that you don't want have access to, ongoing access to the partner portal. So again, we'll ask that you kind of clean up those contacts as well. Mark a few people within your organization as administrators so you can manage that content, and then that should be good from a asset management perspective. Now, the other thing is then deal registration. So again, you'll notice that we have a deal registration tab here with deals that have been registered, a list of deals that you've submitted on the right-hand side, with this donut on the left-hand side showing you any deals that are pending, deal requests that you've made but haven't been approved, and any deals that have been approved, right? So basically, and if you click on one of those, then it will take you to the page, the registered deal page for more information. And then just below that, we have the ability to view assets. And assets can again be sorted by whether or not you want to view different types of information, or you can view just recently used assets here, or indeed we can actually go into the assets page. It's just reloading. Bear with me one sec. Okay, there, I've gotten my scrolling back, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out. All right, so you can see here that you can save my favorites, which would take you to your favorite assets. You can look at recommended assets, and we'll have a few recommended assets that we'll post, such as, let's say, quick start guides or battle cards, cheat sheets, etc. And then again, recently used assets. Again, you'll have more assets window here on the right-hand side that you can scroll through the various assets if you want to navigate that way. Or indeed, if you want to go to the View All Assets page, then you can go ahead and do that. And then use filters to go down into drafting, workflow, governance, lines of business, firm intelligence, or indeed look at only those that are PDF documents or videos or presentations, or indeed we'll have these built out by other filters as well to be categorized these as relevant to different sales stages, whether or not it's pre-sales or post-sales, discovery. And then we'll have some categories as well, such as program documents or brochures, data sheets, white papers, case studies, etc. Okay, so again, really good way to filter content based on what you're looking for. And again, if there's any content missing as we start, kind of loading this in and you start using it, just let us know and we'll look to get this added. All right. But again, we're hoping that this will be kind of the one-stop shop for accessing this type of information. All right, so let's go back to our dashboard here. And again, what else did I want to call out here? Talked about notifications, training we'll have available. Then, like, probably not from day one, but we'll have the modules available shortly in Q1 2023. Deal registration, as I mentioned, you can go into deal registration, view pending or approved deals just by clicking on that donut, and it will take you to the page where you can see more information about the deal itself. Alternatively, if you wanted to go into deal registration here at the top, you can go in and also then see all your new deals, history of new deals approved or rejected. You'll be able to see similar information under sales opportunities when we get those loaded, so that again you'll be able to navigate through your open opportunities or closed opportunities. Now I'm going to have to jump back to our PowerPoint presentation to show you the rest, simply because we don't have that integrated yet. So bear with me one second while I just change sharing. Okay, and now what I'd like to finish with is the how you will see subscriptions and licensing in the portal. So as I mentioned, we're resellers and VARs that are managing client subscriptions and licenses. In the dashboard, there'll be a subscription donut, much like we saw with deals, and then a subscription information highlight widget, if you will, which will show you upcoming subscriptions that are due for expiration. Now, if we take a look at the summary there on the right-hand side, you'll see that this is listing various companies with individual subscription renewals that are coming up. You can click on one of those, as we'll see in just a minute here, and it will take you to a company's summary page where you can see all of a company's subscriptions that you're managing. Alternatively, on the left-hand side, you'll see the subscription donut wheel showing upcoming subscriptions, upcoming expiring subscriptions by date. So again, you can see we're setting it up so you can see your subscriptions that are expiring in 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days, right? So you'll be able to manage the subscription reports or renewal reports yourselves just by going into these views. Once you've gotten approval from the customer to process the renewal based on the price, then you can just go ahead and submit a PO as normal to the renewals team for processing. Now, one interesting thing here as well is we are going to show what the last year's renewal price was on some upcoming subscriptions, as well as what the new recommended price should be based with the uplift. So again, you won't need to contact the renewals team to get guidance on pricing for renewals. You'll be able to see that directly within the partner portal. So that's the dashboard. As I mentioned, if you click on an account there, like VTech, for example, you'll be taken to the account subscription page where you can actually see more details of their subscriptions, right? So this is going to list each subscription by contract number with the subscription start date, subscription end date, the quantity, the products that being the product that contract belongs to, as well as number of users, and then last year's renewal price, and then this year's renewal price. All right, and you can you'll well be able to filter this by subscription end date, I believe, and by contract number. And then finally, license keys. Again, there's going to be a license keys kind of summary on the dashboard, which will basically list the license keys with that are, I think it's going to be sorted by expiring date. And then if you go into an account, much like subscriptions, you'll be taken to the account page where you can actually see all of their license keys. And you'll be able to sort that by product name, I believe. So, and again, we'll have some detailed information on the product, on the license page themselves, because as some of you might know, we have a mix now of licenses, some licenses that are tied to subscriptions that expire. Those are the kind of the legacy products that we got from DocsCorp or other acquisitions. And then we have the licenses that use the Litera licensing server, which is per organization. So license, the Litera Compare license that is generated for NADA Technologies doesn't change when you add a new subscription, so they can continue to use that license without having to get new license keys. So we'll have that clarified on the partner portal. But again, that is going to be licensing and licensing subscriptions, as well as all the other things we looked at in the partner portal itself. All right, so next steps in getting started. We are looking to go live mid-November. At that point, we will send out a welcome email that will have some basic instructions on how to access the partner portal and get started using the partner portal. Once logged in, again, you're going to be going through the Litera Customer Center. Then, again, we'll ask you to go ahead and log in, set up your profile. There's an ability to activate social media accounts if you want to link the partner portal with that, share content directly to your social media accounts. Start navigating the asset library, get used to that, register your lead, register any leads you have, confirm upcoming subscriptions, and then send us feedback. So again, there's a bunch of other stuff that we didn't enable, which we're looking to extend in 2023. So it would be great to get your feedback on what works, what doesn't work, what you'd like to see, etc. There are a couple help resources built into the partner portal. So at the bottom of each page, there's a Assist Me tab that you can click on, which takes you into some guided help activities. There's also there'll be a playbook available, which will kind of highlight how to basically be a user guide of how to use the partner portal, and your partner managers. So can assist with any issues that you're having as well. So again, I think I'm really looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to you being able to use it, help reduce some frustrations I know that you've been having and working with Litera, especially around trying to manage licenses and subscriptions. I just hope this will be a great way to share out information and just make our relationship much more collaborative and give you the resources you need to go to market. So, okay, that's it from us today. Let me just look to see if there are any questions really fast before we sign off. Nope, no questions. So with that,
Joe, I'm sorry, I just don't think you can see them. I will ring them out, and if you want to answer them, we can answer them.
Oh, sure. Yep. Okay? Go ahead.
So someone asked, can we communicate this information to clients as of now?
I assume you mean for the move to expired support. Yes, that document that I mentioned, the support document, is available on the support page. So you can just send them a link to that document, or you can download that document and send it to them as you want.
The next one is, how do I request access to the partner portal?
Juliana, sorry, one other thing. I think the question about the communicate this information to clients came early on in the presentation. So my guess is that it was around the end of life and support of some certain products. So
yep.
I think that that would be probably,
yep.
Okay.
Carlos says, yes, that's what I meant.
That's in the product support policy document. So just feel free to copy that link or send the document directly to your clients.
Fantastic. How do I request access to the partner portal?
So partner portal access is going to be through the Litera Customer Center. Go to https://support.litera.com and click request access. You'll be automatically given access to the partner portal when we go live.
Okay, last question is, are we going to change the renewal process so that we can finally co-term licenses?
So I know they are looking at co-terming for support in 2023. I will share information as it becomes available.
Great, that covers it.
So there was one other comment about some problems with Litera support. I think I don't know, Joe, if you want to talk about the new chief customer officer and some of the changes that are going to be coming. The comment was, I hear from many clients using Litera products that support is horrible. So if we can address that.
Yeah, you know what, for those specific issues that you may be having with your clients, what I would recommend is have those conversations directly with your partner manager, who can escalate those up to support management. But as Tina said, we do have a new chief customer support officer who's starting, who is looking to make a bunch of improvements. Tina, I actually don't have those details on hand. If you have any more information, please talk through that.
Yeah, I don't have details on that, but we'll probably be publicizing some of these changes over the course of the next couple months. We hired a woman named Chris Ariano as our chief customer officer. She is heading up support, services, and customer success. So she's taking a deep look at a lot of the concerns we have around support and customer success, and we will be probably publicizing the program at some point. So just be aware that there's eyes on it and that there will be changes coming up.
Anything else, Juliana?
That is it.
Okay, well, with that, thank you all so much for your time today. I appreciate it. And please reach out to your local partner manager with any questions, either about what we talked about or anything else. Have a great day. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Everyone.